Welcome to CivilNet. My guest today is Professor Michael Mensoian, who was at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, was in the U.S. Army, and these days is following geopolitical affairs around the world, particularly Armenia and Karabakh. Professor Mensoian, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Professor Mensoian, the Safarov affair made a lot of noise when the Azeri army member was returned, extradited from Hungary, returned to Azerbaijan, and treated like a hero. And Armenians got all very upset, and even the world got a little bit upset, and then we all forgot. And you have said that this is an opportunity that Armenians, Armenia and Diaspora missed. Would you tell us what you mean?
Well, it showed in stark contrast the type of government that Azerbaijan has and the type of government that has developed in Artsakh. One is peaceful. Just the fact that they have developed a national soccer team, given all of the travails they have, I think speaks well of them. But we missed the opportunity. I think President Sarkisian did what he had to do, and I don't think he did much more than that. This was an opportunity for the Armenian government, through its various ministers. They could have surrogates beyond the foreign minister, to speak about the differences between Artsakh and Azerbaijan.
You mean in terms of governance?
Not only in terms of government, but in terms of the visceral hatred that the leadership, and I'm not saying the people, that the leadership have for Armenians and Armenian culture. Knowing that, which was proven through the Safarov affair, that it's impossible for any nation to believe that the Artsakh Armenians can accept jurisdiction by Azerbaijan again.
You know, we've often said that in many ways the parallel here is domestic violence, that the world does not expect victims of domestic violence to go right back to the guys who beat them up. How is it that even after the Safarov affair, we are unable to explain that this is not a relationship that will offer the people of Karabakh security or human rights?
We have to explain to the world that the life of the Artsakh Armenians under Azerbaijan was devoid of, in other words, the human rights did not exist. There was no attempt to treat the Armenians at the same level that they would treat their own people. That there was a real basis for the Artsakh Armenians to demand their independence.
What is it that the diaspora could be doing in this case?
Well, the diaspora, we have to keep in mind, you know, we speak of the diaspora as though these several millions of Armenians outside of Armenia really want to be Armenian. That's the first misconception we have. Secondly, what the people in the diaspora know, not only about Artsakh, but about Armenia, is pitiful. And the organizations, both political, humanitarian, and philanthropic, have to make an attempt, I mean a really concerted attempt, to inform the Armenians in the diaspora. You know, we speak to the same people who are on the same wavelength, and they understand what's going on. But 85–90% of the Armenians in the diaspora are either unconcerned or uninformed or really have no desire to know. And so we haven't awakened that Armenian spirit. We talk about it, but we haven't awakened that Armenian spirit. And I don't think Armenia has done much development to I don't want to use the word proselytize, but to connect with all of these Armenians beyond Armenia.
Well, that's as good a concluding point as any, because that's what CivilNet is trying to do. Thank you for talking to us about the Safarov affair, about Azerbaijan's militaristic ambitions, about Karabakh security, and about the role of the diaspora. Thank you, Professor Mensoian in Boston, and thank you for watching CivilNet.
Thank you.